Welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be discussing the book called The Wild, and I'm just going to be talking about it and just giving my thoughts, opinions, and ideas. So one thing I do know about this book is that I really enjoy how much imagery it has in the book. I enjoy you understand where the characters stand, how descriptive it is, and it's just like one of those books that keep you turning the page. So now, as we dive into the book, we first thing we see is that Buck is like a dog that's basically has a master that is like very very rich and stuff like that, and he basically evolves into a dog that he goes from being very very rich and accustomed to a certain lifestyle as a dog to a dog that ends up being like sold and stuff like that. I think he was either like sold or he was like taken or something when he like walked off and stuff like that. And then he had a new master, but the new master he had was like really really mean and would like take a, what do you call it, I think it was like a bat, and would like beat him with the bat because like that was his way of like disciplining the dog and stuff like that. And then like it, like at least to me it did not work. It was just like his way of just like disciplining the dog, but to me it didn't work, and I just thought it didn't make any sense. It was just him being cruel to the dog, at least to me. I think that's just really cruel. Being a dog, that's just cruel. And then after that, I think they have like one of those things. It was like either like they were fighting like a dog for to like see who was like the tougher dog or whatever. And then on top of that, they were like selling the dog so like he would get a new master. And then after that, he got like another master whose like master was like nicer and everything. And I would say that he, out of all like Buck's like owner and stuff like that, was my favorites because he was like one of those owners that was very kind to Buck, and I really loved their like friendship because they are the definition of a dog is a man's best friend, because he really loved his owner and the owner really loved him and showed him compassion and kindness. On top of that, it allowed Buck and his like third master, which was one of my favorite masters, like the last one, because they had a really good like friendship and a really good relationship. Like he really loved his dog and the dog loved him and all that stuff. Yeah, and then there was also the adjustment and character development that Buck had. He, like I said, was used to like a certain rich lifestyle, but because of like what happened, I think he was either taken or he ends up walking off or whatever. He basically like has to get used to like living in the wild and stuff, and he has to like do certain things to be living in the wild, so he quickly has to adapt that. He like has to adapt that flight or fight mode because he no longer lives in the same economic stand that he used to live into when he was said dog. And then on top of that, I think he like has to fight like another dog, and he ends up beating the dog, and that dog like dies and stuff like that. And then there's like the sledding thing, and then like I said, for dogs having to fight each other just like to survive and stuff. If I'm wrong about that part, then I'm wrong. And then on top, but at the end of the book is basically his master's death, John, and stuff like that, because like the incident that happened and everything. And basically he basically like avenges John, like killing some of the invaders and stuff like that. And then after that, you see him mourn over the death because they've grown a strong bond and they've grown a strong relationship, they grown a strong friendship and everything. And it allows him to be able to go and be able to be in the call of the wild because he's free now. He no longer has masters, he no longer has anything, and it allows him to be with like his like pact and everything, and the wolves and all that stuff. But I also think that like connects because dogs are ancestors and descendants from wolves. So that honestly like makes sense, and that's like really good writing and good play on writing. And on top of that, like his death and everything was like really really sad. But I feel like that's like them showing him like letting go and everything. I don't know how to put it in words, but it's like if he still had like his like master and stuff like that, he wouldn't be able to be free and he wouldn't be able to be with like the wolves and everything. And maybe the writer's intention was for him to be with the wolves the whole time because the book is called Call of the Wild. But I won't lie, I did enjoy John's character because he was a very sweet old man, and I did like Buck's character because he seems like a sweet dog. And that's it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It also reminds me of like when the universe is basically believes that everything happens for a reason and everything is like going to happen for a reason because some set of events have to happen for things to like come true and everything. So maybe that's why the ending of the book was like that and was so sorrowful and was so bittersweet. And maybe that's it. I honestly don't know. I'm just like taking things out of my brain and just putting it out there. I honestly don't know.